and then like the sniper masquerades as intuition,
Oh,
and
that's my
you
favorite. That's
oh,
my
it's my
favorite.
fucking favorite. Like, this is my intuition. No, it's fucking not.
This
Like,
thing is just no longer in alignment for me. I'm like,
mm, uh,
I love the
uh.
alignment. The alignment is my
Oh
favorite.
yeah.
It's like, you know what? I just tapped into my intuition and spirit told me that this is
Oh, hello. We're talking about my tits most of the time.
girl on girl on girl.
You would.
Like, stop picking up the fucking hot knife.
Fucking cares.
Right on track.
Ugh.
With a lot of money, I would do great fucking things.
But not in a good way.
Yikes.
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 Yikes. Where's the realness?
Yeah. Everything you want. Immaculate experience.
Back down.
You're getting like excited.
I do actually.
Need the tequila.
We are fired the fuck up today.
I want to like bark.
You should. You should. We usually meow, but sometimes it's bark time, a little bite time.
Steve tells me that the other day when I was at a dinner, the guy's like, so what do you do? And Steve's like, she coaches with a bark on. I was like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, I've heard her. She gives it to people straight. He's like, you don't coach with her unless you're like, fucking. And I was like, that's very true,
Very
actually.
true. Very true.
And Steve's like, you know what's cool though? He goes, you don't just do that from a place of like toxic positivity or
No.
motivation, like just like rah motivation. He's like, the shit that you've told me that you have walked through and the
Mhm.
dark places and the places where you're down on your knees and nothing makes sense and you have no money and you have no power and you have no people helping you. He's like, that's why you can coach like that
Yes.
because, and same thing with you, you can coach that way because you can't, like you and I are not going to co-sign people's shit when they're in it
No.
because we know how capable they are. And
Yeah.
also we know how capable, we know what that feels like. It's not like we're,
Mhm.
you and I have been like, we had everything so perfect and everything was so great. And so you should just be really happy and motivated and like whatever.
Yeah. Just like keep moving. Like, what's the big fucking deal?
Right. Just like double down, have a little more coffee and wake up at 5 a.m. and then let's fucking
Yeah.
go.
Just say some affirmations. Tell yourself that you can do it.
I am wealthy. I am wealthy. Oh
No,
my God.
bitch. It means getting in the fucking trenches
Yeah.
and like
Totally.
duking it out with yourself when you're most tempted to throw in the towel and quit. And we've been seeing that a lot. Like, people who are about 5 feet from gold, they're about to hit their breakthrough, and they are collapsing into very old identities, old patterns, old ways of being. And this is a normal part of the process. It's funny because in my old program, it was called A Year of Love. And at the 9 month mark, like fucking clockwork, there would always be one person who tried to jump ship. And I'm like, listen, you've got 3 months left, and you can definitely leave. Like, I can't stop you from leaving if that's your choice, but like, you're about to have the biggest breakthrough of your fucking life if you stay the course, because everything that we've been kind of dealing with and working with is now coming up to take you out because you were actually about to break through. It only ever does this right before you're about to hit the big breakthrough.
Yeah.
And like right now, there's a big cosmic squeeze that's happening. Something's going on with Uranus. It's like the planet of unpredictability, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it just went into Gemini. Gemini is already like pretty chaotic. So, like, I'm obviously not an astrologer, but like, these are things that I've been kind of seeing kind of floating around. And I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, the Schumann resonance is off the fucking charts, and people are losing it.
You know what, Kels? I said it and I'll say it again. It feels like COVID 2.0.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying that is because if you look at AI and you look at war and you look at destruction and you look at
Politics.
politics and everything that is pulling people and dividing people, and like I was just sharing with you a few minutes ago, like a woman on my call today was like saying how she's noticing how people are just fighting AI and getting so mad at it and all these pieces and are so afraid of it, and just I mean any topic, it doesn't really matter. There's just so much right now in the field. It feels like a black hole, it feels like a sinkhole, and it feels
Mm-hmm.
like it is actually this like when I tune into it, it's like this dark energy, like COVID was.
Yep.
COVID was like a very dark feminine energy, and the COVID energy was a very much like I'm here to help, like to basically have you wreck in your life. And it feels
Mhm.
like it's lingering around as like the fuckery energy to be
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna fuck with you.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna keep testing you and throwing shit at you to see how you handle it. And it's also like this energy of like, let me see how many light workers I can suction in with my like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna throw in sticky, intoxicating material at you that's gonna
Mhm.
get you super dysregulated. It's gonna have you be like, oh, how dare you? And then it's like you jump into the black hole and it snatches you and it's like, I've got
Mhm.
you. And then because
Mhm.
I'm seeing so many brilliant, bright, insanely powerful creatives and visionaries and just creators right now who are, I'm like, what has gotten a hold of you, like what is happening
Mhm.
right now, like
Mhm.
they're obsessive,
Possessed.
possessed, it's like they're like in it and they're so, it's like this fighting energy. And it's like anything, like when you fight, what I'm seeing right now is like we need more visionaries and creatives and heart-led people right now on fucking line and not in the
Mhm.
trenches of this, because
Mhm.
when we're taken out and we actually go to fight something, so something that's already being created in the 3D in our world, it's like you're fighting the past. It's already been
Yeah.
created. Like, who fucking cares? Use it as information.
Mhm.
Use it as like, wow, I really don't like that, and it
Yeah.
hurts my heart. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to cry. I'm going to scream. I'm going to yell. I'm going to discharge this energy. I'm going to use that for information, and I'm going to fucking use it as the infrastructure to build what I fucking want. So, like,
Mhm.
you guys, we need to hook into your North Star. What do you want to fucking see? What are you not liking right now? And just use that as information for what you want to build and create. Stay in your fucking lane. Stop getting so distracted with other people, comparing yourself. Oh, they did
Mhm.
this. Oh, they're using AI. They're going so much faster than me. Oh, I'm going to use that as an excuse to tap out and not create now. It's not fair. You know what? Life is not fucking
It's
fair.
not fucking fair.
It's not fair. Like red alert, news alert. Life is
Mhm.
not fair. It's not
Yeah.
about what happens to you. It's your reaction to it. And like again, speaking from you and I, like we have been in the fucking trenches. Like there's times I'm
Mhm.
like, I don't want to. I don't care. I want to die. Like I fucking hate
Mhm.
this. Like the
Mhm.
world is crazy, harsh and cold, and it is stunning and beautiful and magical. And like there's all of it. There's duality and polarity. And I mean, I went on a riff. I did my
Mhm.
Panther, our
Mhm.
private podcast. I
That's
did
so
one of my
good.
5 day mini courses on duality and polarity because it's one of those universal laws. I'm like, this guys, like just go Google the fucking universal laws.
Yeah.
Like this shit happens all the fucking time, and
Mhm.
it's snatching very powerful people. And so if you're feeling
Mhm.
very old and a lot of old patterns and like looping shit and just being like, if you find yourself just like obsessed with the news and watching everything and doomsday scrolling and getting into conversations with people like a lot of people use that excuse, well, everyone around me is struggling or this or that. And I'm like, well, then fucking upgrade your community, upgrade the people you
Mhm.
hang out with. Like,
Mhm.
I was thinking about that in my workout today. I'm like around people, and I'm like, this workout's fucking hard. And then I heard this voice. It's like, Christine, everything you do, like you're a high achiever. Like, just get over it. Like, whenever
Mhm.
you do hard shit, it's gonna feel fucking hard, but you're gonna be really
Mhm.
proud of yourself, and you're doing what majority of people won't do.
Won't do. Yeah.
So like, I think we need to stop feeling victimized by the fact that we're like out there constantly breaking the rules and constantly being, change makers, and we want all these things, but we don't want to do anything to get there. And I think it's
Mhm.
bullshit.
I think it's complete bullshit too. Like people want the prize without the path. Like
Give it to me.
give it to me. Like there's such an entitlement to it. Like I want the outcome without having to go through the gauntlet of what it takes to become the person who can create and generate that outcome. And I notice myself, I'm getting less and less tolerant of those little bullshit baby patterns. Like I'm a little entitled baby and the whole world should cater to me and give me what I want and I shouldn't have to do anything for it. Like no, absolutely not. Like do I think that you need to grind and hustle? Absolutely not. But there is a difference between being a little passive princess and like laying back and expecting the universe to just like give you whatever you want when you want it on demand versus being really clear of like, I am an agent of change. I am here to create ripples of transformation through my leadership, through my example. And I'm willing to walk through these gauntlets because I know it's preparing me for the world that I want to create. And it's giving me exactly what I need in order to be able to be a leader who can generate that. And that is the difference between someone who is a leader and someone who isn't, is how they perceive the challenges in their life. You know, someone who is really steeped in victim consciousness is never going to create anything powerful from that position. Like, you actually have to upgrade and step into your own leadership and challenge your victimhood. And this is not easy work. Like, this requires a lot of like pretty intense shadow lifting and like radical self honesty. Like, a lot of people just don't want to be honest with themselves about the shit that they're actually doing because it's gross. Like, it's embarrassing. And yet, until you actually tell the truth on yourself, you are never going to be in your power and you are never going to be free. And you've got to be able to get like down in the fucking dirt and down in the trenches with yourself and be like, you know what? This is how I'm exactly accountable for the results that are happening in my experience. And this is what I can do to move the needle forward in the direction that I want to go. And what do I actually want to be a stand for in the world? Like, if I collapse and have this entitled expectation that the world should just give me shit, I'm not standing for anything powerful. I am not being the change I want to see in the world. I'm not actually building a new system that makes this old dysfunctional one obsolete. And like, that's, you know, a hard truth to sit with, but a lot of people will fall into that camp. And I think this is what makes the women in Club Unhinged so different, is that they are standing for something more expansive and they hold themselves to a really high standard of accountability and responsibility, and they're willing to get in the trenches with themselves and be radically honest and take accountability for the impact of their own actions or inaction and clean it up, instead of like placing blame or shame or make wrong or judgment on external circumstances that keep you powerless. Like, you're never going to be in power with yourself if you keep shaming, blaming, making wrong, and judging everyone and everything outside of yourself. Even yourself. Like, if you judge yourself and like blame yourself and like collapse in shame, like, you're not in a position of power.
No, no. And in our last episode, the one we did, just about like nobody's coming to save you. Like, we talked about this, just that how there is, it is a lot easier to want somebody else to save us than it is to say, you know what, I co-created this. If
Yeah.
we're in a shithole right now, it's like I co-created this and I'm going to get myself out of it and I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
ask for help and support and I'm going to be powerful in that, and we don't have to
Mm-hmm.
do it alone. It just means that, like, you know, we need to take accountability. And I think it's killing me right now. In the last, you and I both said, in the last like week, I've had so many like SOS messages from
Mm-hmm.
people, and saying this unexpected thing happened and this happened, and that, like, just it's so interesting, just from clients and from like just people I'm talking to in my networks. There's a lot of this right now, and I keep saying to people, I was like, if, because they're like, I'm, ooh, feel life is lifing and I'm feeling wobbly, and I'm like, thank God this is happening
Mm-hmm.
right now, because the state of the world equals faster triggers, faster the mirror being held up to yourself, the faster, because it's like the faster you do that work, the faster you're going to transform, the faster you're going to be the beacon of light, the faster people, you're going to be the lighthouse for people. So please,
Mm-hmm.
can you do this? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, again, it's the lens in which we're looking at things. If we're looking at through the lens of our old self, our past self, or we talked about last episode, victim consciousness, then we're going to see everything as like it's happening to us. Like, well, why is this happening to me? And it's like, well, what is this like? What is this what's the reason this is happening? Like, why is this happening for me? What is this going to teach me? What is this asking of me? How can I show up? And a lot of it is also like having the opportunity to show up and notice yourself in a new state. Like I know for me, I know the work is working when something will happen that's slightly destabilizing or that is destabilizing, and then you meet it with a
Different.
completely new reaction, right?
Hmm.
You have a disconfirming experience. It's like, again, we don't know how powerful we are and how much we've changed and transformed unless something actually comes up and we can go into collapse, right? And we can also come out of it powerfully and say, okay, what am I going to do about this? And how am I going to
Yeah.
handle this? And who am I going to be? And there's no wrong or right amount of time to clean it up. It's just that the faster we can do that and actually just be like, fuck, okay, you know what? I am a powerful creator. Like, you
Hmm.
can't be, I always joke about, I mean, this has been for years, but I used to say, like, remember when I was really in that state and I was learning about the universal laws and all these different, I was coming into more consciousness. And I remember this, like, very strong visual of, it was like the universe being like, okay, so if you want your power, you need to hand in your victim chips. Like, it was like I was at a
Hmm.
and it
Hmm.
was like, and I was like, well, I want to go over there. I want to play at the high roller table. And they're like,
Hmm.
oh, amazing. I love that for you. Cool. You have an invitation. There's already a seat at the table. So I'm just going to need to get in your, your slot machine chips and I'm going
Yeah.
to upgrade you to cash.
Hmm.
And I'm like, well, I can't hand in my victim chips. That's all I know.
No
That's like,
way.
that's my identity. That's how I've gotten,
Yeah.
I've got attention. I've got lots of attention from this. I've gotten sympathy. I've got
Hmm.
support. I've gotten
Yeah.
all these things from this. So I can't do that. This is who I know myself to be. I don't know who I would be if I was powerful. And so
Hmm.
I notice this with clients as well when I'm working, like, one to one, and obviously just in general with the groups and stuff in the past is, like you said in your container, in that your self-love is that, like, I noticed that too. There's always this moment and I would almost be like, I wonder when it's going to pop for each person, but there's
Hmm.
usually this moment where they're on the edge of expansion and they're
Yeah.
right at the threshold and they're being like sometimes brought to their knees, and it's the final universal, like, being like, are you going to slay the dragon and move up into the next level of the video game,
Hmm.
or are you going to go right back down, like Mario Brothers, where it's like
Or
and
like
like
snakes and ladders where you like go right back to the start.
yes, it's like, what are you gonna do? And it's sort of that, like, upper limit threshold, and it's like being like, you've been training for this. And I see people, I know there's that famous story of, like, the explorers looking for gold, and then, like, they literally, years and years and years, and looked like nothing was ever happening, and then they literally gave up, like, fucking literally 2 feet from gold, and then they
Yeah.
walked away, and somebody went and found it, and they got all the gold. And it's just one of those things I see it. It's like we abandon all the work we've done, we abandon, our vision, we abandon everything we've been plugged into because all of us, we like lose our power. We're like, it's not working, or this isn't,
Hmm.
and then we like to find an external source, usually to blame, because it's easier than, you know what I mean? Being like, I'm going to take a gamble and I'm staying plugged in. And if I knew it was going to work, what action would I take? Right. And
Hmm.
so I'm just, this has come up a lot recently. And I keep saying to people, I was like, do not, like, I forbid you from going there and getting
Hmm.
taken out, because I
Hmm.
can see it. And, like, oh, especially protector parts, and especially call it self-sabotage, self-protection, and especially in women who are very well versed in personal development.
Yeah.
Those parts show up and they are fucking stealth. You and I, again, another one
Hmm.
of our Panther episodes was around, like, we call them sniper parts, but it's like
Yeah.
when you get really good at personal development, your protector parts get ultra stealth. And
Hmm.
in my uh, certification the other day, I think I told you this, one of the girls in there was like, oh no, I'm good. Like, you deal with her. Da, da. And I was like, and she was like
Mm-mm.
super happy and super, like, joyful. And it was one of those things that, like, could 1,000% be missed.
Yeah.
And I know her well. And I was like, oh my God. And she's like, what? I'm like, and I looked at her, I was like, do you guys feel this? And they looked at me. I'm like,
Hmm.
her parts, they just showed up, but they got Botox. They, they have a bunch of filler. They just got their hair did. They
Hmm.
got some new lip injections. They got a new outfit. They got their nails did.
Yeah.
And she fucking died. And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, so your parts just showed up. But because they look so hot and dialed, like, we could have fucking missed that. Anyways, it centered this whole thing where she did, like, totally, like, up leveled, upgraded, because we have to watch this. Like, we can out personal development ourselves, and then the
Hmm.
people around us, if we're not in communities where people actually call us forward,
Yeah.
these parts get missed, and then we go into our shadow. It's like another version of shadow, but it's just a
Hmm.
prettier shadow.
Yeah.
And then, we're just, that's why, you have a lot of leaders right now who are in this like guru status or kind of are out of their power, out of integrity. And I'm like, we need people to like call us forward and call us
Yeah,
out a bit sometimes and be like, hey, you know
totally.
what? Like, I respect that. I want that, right?
100%. And I think one of like the snipers that I've seen most is when they get a hold of personal development language,
Oh, yeah.
and then like the sniper masquerades as intuition
Oh,
and
that's my
you
favorite. That's
oh,
my
it's my
favorite.
fucking favorite. Like, this is my intuition. No, it's fucking not.
This
Like,
thing is just no longer in alignment for me. I'm like,
mhm. uh, uh,
I
uh.
love the alignment. The alignment is my
Oh
favorite.
yeah.
It's like, you know what? I just tapped into my intuition and spirit told me that this is not for my greatest, highest good. I was like, that is your dysregulation. That is your
Yeah.
fucking nerve. That's your flight response in your nervous system.
Your shadow, your wounds. Like,
Is it is it is it power and intuition or flight response?
yeah, exactly.
I gotta do a post on
Like,
that.
honestly, if you have to do any like mental gymnastics or if there's any like covert emotional manipulation happening, like,
Sure,
it's not your fucking intuition. It's
sure.
not your power. And yet, when we have all of this language and it's not fully integrated,
Hmm.
those parts they learn the language too.
Yeah.
Like, your conscious parts are learning this, but also all of your sniper parts, all of your protector parts are learning the same lingo.
Hmm.
And so, again, like, it requires so much radical honesty to be able to pull the two apart because they feel distinctly different, both
Yeah.
as like, for me, like when those parts come up and I've played that out, I know the somatic sensations of that. And I also can feel it in someone's energy field when it's clean, when it's
Yeah.
intuition, when it's like, when it's actually aligned.
Yeah.
And then when it's not, it has like this dark energy around it and like
Yeah. It's
this
like it's
like
slippery, it's sneaky.
grippy,
There's something
yeah,
there. Yeah.
slippery. Um, and it's just, it's very easy to get seduced by that. And
Mhm.
that's part of the, it's part of the path is like learning that distinction because it is so subtle.
Yep.
And like, you have to be able to call yourself on your own fucking bullshit if you're going to step up into your power and your leadership and either create the art that you're here to do or the business or build the family or the community that you're here to stand for. You can't have those spots. You can't indulge them. But in order to understand them and create intimacy with them, you have to see them come up. So it's important that they do, and it's important that we go through this leg of the journey. But as you said, like, this is the leg of the journey that usually takes people out, where they think that, oh, this is actually just the end of the road and
Yep.
I've completed everything and I'm good. And then, 6 months to a year down the road, their life is still a shit show, if not worse, because they also have like the karma that they've accumulated from any outages of integrity or commitments that they've broken. And so, like, we have to really like take a look at this of like, well, what is the long-term impact of me like not meeting these parts? And I'm not able to powerfully really step up as a creator until I do.
Well, I know every time I went out of, like I would, the visual I'm getting actually is like I went to wild play with my dog with Eva the other day, and it's like the course progressively gets harder.
Okay.
So it like starts off, and I'm like, I'm nailing this, and then
Is
like we
it?
go further, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, this is fucking nuts, and then it keeps going and it keeps going, and I could kept seeing people like getting taken out, like they would
Mm-hmm.
like go down, they'd be like, okay, I'm done, and you kind of hit your threshold,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, it's just so interesting. And there was this one zip line that Eva really didn't want to go. Like she was like freaked out, like terror. And there's no
Mm-hmm.
going back. The problem with this thing is you're hooked to these things. It's metal.
Right.
Like you can't actually go backwards. Like it's like
Right.
impossible. Like you can't
Right.
zip line backwards on these things. And we're like,
In the
30 feet up in a
canopy.
tree.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can't go anywhere. And so I said to her, I was like, Eva, I know this is like super scary. And I know, she's crying. She's just like, I obviously feel for her. I'm like, you're doing such a good job. Like, I'm so
Mm-hmm.
proud of you. And there's this big line of people waiting. And she's like, I'm like, I'm so proud of you. I know this is so scary and I've got you. I'm going to do this. And I said to the lady down the bottom, like, can you like go on the other side and just help her detach? Because I think that's part of the fear is like she can't get unhooked. And so I was like, can
Mhm.
you? So I'm like, Eva, I've got that person's going to be over there to support. I'm here. You can do this. I know this sucks, but we really can't go back. Like there is no kind of
Mhm.
no going back at this point.
Mhm.
And da da. And she looked at me and I was like, I've got you. You can do this. You're strong. You're resilient. Like, I'm like,
Mhm.
you're going to feel so good when you get to the other side of this. And, validating her and being like, you got this. And because
Yeah.
that's my job as her mother. And that, like, if I
Yeah.
sit there in her fear and I co-sign her, get into the weeds with her, and I'm like, oh no, okay. Well, like I'm
Mhm.
panicking. Then I'm
Mhm.
not used to her. So I was like, you've got this.
Yeah.
And I held steady and she fucking did it. And I'm telling
Mhm.
you, her beaming
Mhm.
face for the rest of the fucking day. She's like, that was crazy.
Mhm.
And I was like, Eva. And I couldn't help think about like the clients, that we
Yeah.
work with and just like
Yeah.
people in general. And where I'm like, that's you and I are like transformation doulas, right?
Yeah.
We're like, we know how much it sucks and we will
Mhm.
be there and I will listen to you and I will also like the baby's coming out regardless.
Yep. Yep.
So you can't suck it back in. You
Mm-mm.
got to give birth and there's two ways to do this, right?
Yep.
And you want somebody who's like, you've got this, you're encouraged versus somebody who's been like, do you have this? I don't
I don't
know.
think you have.
Birthing is really hard.
Ah, huh.
You must be in a lot of pain. Are you in lots and lots of pain? How bad is the pain? I can't. What if the person's gonna be like, don't know. Tell me that I'm gonna be okay.
I'm gonna be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we need that to walk through the gauntlet, right? And
Mhm.
I've seen clients go through this in the past where again, like, you know, um, when you see somebody, and when I saw Eva walk past that great gauntlet that, a lot of people
Mhm.
get taken out by, and you see them after, they literally become a different person. I'm like, I
Yeah.
swear Eva just like grew up like by like 2 years doing that because she
Totally.
has this like je ne sais quoi now. She's got this like, I
Mhm.
fucking did that. And then she wanted to do the 40,
Mhm.
did the 40-foot jump. She's like, I want to do the 40-foot jump. And I'm like, see, like it's like she became ballsier. She became
Yes.
bigger. She started wanting to do more because all of a sudden you get past that mountain, you get past that threshold, and you're like, well, where are we going to climb next?
Yeah, you know what you're fucking made of.
Yes, that's what I mean. And
Yeah.
I said again earlier, I said, there's something indescribable and magnetic about somebody who's been through some shit and they have
Mhm.
walked through it and they have street cred and they come out the other side. I'm like, there's an it factor that
Yeah.
comes from that. But it really does require to like go all in on like, you know what I mean? Like yourself and not getting taken out by these distractions and these things that are temporary. It's like
Mhm.
smoke and mirrors. It's like I'm going to come in and I'm going to act like this really big thing. I'm going to take you out, and I'm seeing it everywhere I'm looking right now. And I, was
Mhm.
with a friend group the other day as well, and like a bunch of them were getting taken out again. And I'm not sitting there judging them, but it was just sparked all this curiosity around like what is happening right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is it.
Mhm.
We're getting out. So our message, our PSA to all the badass leaders out there right now,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
wherever you are on your journey, your creations, all the things, please, for the love of sweet baby Jesus, do not get taken out
Mhm.
by your patterns or any familiar shit that comes up or stuff like old feelings, frustration and confusion. Like it's fucking noise. And it
Mhm.
is going to try to take you out, and you just got to like be like, I'm not taking the bait. I will
Yeah.
not take the bait. And if
Mhm.
something shitty happens to me, I'll fucking handle it. I will
Yeah.
feel my feelings. I'll have a tantrum. I'll have a good cry. And then I'm going to fucking buckle up and say, what am I going to
Mhm.
do about this? If I was
Mhm.
a powerful woman, or if I was a powerful man or person, what would I do? Right?
Yeah.
Like, I think sometimes we try to get there too quickly when we're still dysregulated. And I think I
Right.
always say to people, I'm like, do not, I forbid you from taking action when you're dysregulated. You are going to
Mhm.
get not a good result. So when people go into fear, I'm
Mhm.
like, please do not take action from fear because
Yeah.
it's not going to be for your greatest and highest good. So regulate yourself, take care of yourself, and then access your higher faculties, your creative mind, your innovative solution self, and be like, what do I
Yeah.
want to do about this? And how am I going to handle this? How can this serve me and help me? What's being trying to be shown to me right now that I can up level and transform? And let me fucking lock back in on my North Star. What do I want to see
Mhm.
in the world? What do I want to
Mhm.
create? And then
Mhm.
fucking go and create and stop getting fucking sidetracked from politics or AI or war or whatever it is. Like
Mhm.
somebody said to me the other day, they're like, so what if the nuclear bombs and all this stuff? And I said, listen, I'm not meaning to sound like an absolute, like this might fucking just piss some people right off. I said, but If that's the destiny and if that's where the world is
Hmm.
headed, I'm
I
dead.
can't stop it.
I will die. You're
Yeah.
going to die. We're all going
Yeah.
to be dead. But it is of no service to anybody if I sit here wrapped in a blanket with fear saying, well,
Hmm.
what if the nuclear, what if war
That's
happens? And like,
literally gonna like send out that ripple of energy to generate that possibility into form.
and I'm not going to, wait, you think Christine Banno's going to stop that?
Yeah, exactly.
If the nuclear happens, I said, listen, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Like, I really hope I
Hmm.
don't die. I want to live for a long time. I want to have, I want a good world for my kids, but I'm not gonna create the world I want to see by sitting around eating fucking bonbons, watching Love Island. Will I just like black out and get completely
Hmm.
disassociated out of
Hmm.
fear and out of like, I'm not doing anybody any service.
No.
So, like, wake the fuck up, regulate yourself, be an adult, take care of yourself, and go do some epic shit.
Yeah. Mic drop.
All right, I'm
That's it.
complete. My rant is over.
And if you want more of the spicy tamales, come to our event on July 17th to 19th.
The reignition.
The reignition, because listen, if you've outgrown your life, if you are at a spot where you were like, listen, I know this needs to change and I'm ready to take the action and I'm ready to generate a life that feels so fucking good to be in, then you're going to want to be in this free 3-day event. And we'll put the information in the show notes. So head on down there, click on over, sign yourself up, and we will see you on the 17th.
Oh, it's gonna be the
Mm,
visual I just got was
mm,
like it's like putting the car or the key in the car and you like crank the ignition and it's
mm-hmm.
like vroom, you get that like rumble and it's like
Mm-hmm.
you're turned back on,
Yeah. Yeah.
to life. You're online. You're not sitting there just like, oh, what?
What's happening?
What's happening? You're like, I am driving in the vehicle of my
Yeah.
life and
This
I'm in
is what's
control.
happening.
And
This
this
is
is
where
what's
we're
happening,
going.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like if you're ready to come crank the key and put it in the ignition and let's fucking go,
Yeah.
then join us.
Yeah.
You got no excuses, no reason not to.
Yeah. Get there.
And that's it. Okay.
We love you. And we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
All in all, we want to say thank you for being here. We love and appreciate you so much. And if you liked today, give us a 5-star rating. And we'll see you next week.
And share it. If you know
Share.
somebody who needs this in their life, share this shit.
Yeah.
Abundance goes round and round. We love you.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.